Did you get the text message, buddy? Thank you. I just want to make sure it went through. There you go. Test.
Mic check. No, it's not on.
Oh, I may have to loosen this a little bit if that's okay.
Can you help him with his mic too when you're done?
Thank you.
I do want it closer to him. No. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check.
There we go. That's my audio.
Test, test, 1, 2.
I want to get his
Test,
mic up here a
test.
little bit more if you can. Mics. And we are live. You can catch us on YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, Kick, and that's all of them, right? And Twitch. Oh, yeah, Facebook. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be right back with you, Howlers. Howls over Baaz. I'm Jacob Casas.
This is Ambishun, the Black Cup.
And today we have a very special guest. This is a music segment. But before we start, please do not forget to like and subscribe. And we're going to go to you, man. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Namaste. My name is Max. I go by Maxso. I love music. I try my best to be of service through all my creations, whether if it's music. I teach skateboarding. I also do a lot of art and just try my best to be as inspirational with my self-expression.
How long you been doing music for?
Wow. First time I when I first started to fall in love with music, I was around 4 years old. My father was around music a lot. He was a promoter for New Kids on the Block and Janet Jackson.
Okay.
So growing up, I was very, I was just so gravitated towards music as a whole, very young. And around 7 years old is when I realized that I can visualize sound. And that kind of helped me just really have fun with it. And that became like my life and still is to this day.
What do you mean by like visualize sound? Explain that a little bit. to the audience.
Patterns. When you listen to a song, you hear a melody. Melodies are basically just audio patterns. And I realized that as a kid. And it really helped me kind of like differentiate like being able to sing and then rap. And like the difference between the two. I grew up rapping first.
Oh, okay.
And in the year 2008, I was in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the youngest rapper in the world. And but that came on much later. I really started in about 2002. That was when it all kind of started for me.
So what did you start doing? You said rapping then? Basically, that was the first part, what you started?
Well, my father, the one that I mentioned that's a promoter, he would go to these different venues, whether if it was like the Hop in like forgot the city, like just different places like the Quiet Canyon. And he would go to all these places and he'd bring me, and I would like, well, before that, back at home, he would just play music and I fell in love with it. But then after, he'd bring me around the places that he would go, and I would just sing and dance right there. And it kind of just like, kind of draw a crowd of just like people that are curious, like what's going on. It's like a live entertainment thing, kind of random. But it's like, to me, I was just like enjoying myself, expressing myself super early. Then
How old were you during that time?
I was about 4.5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was about 4.5. And after that, my dad actually, he introduced me to some of his friends, and some of his friends were just kind of like, hey, like, your son is like really gifted. You should kind of like continue to just nurture it, see if he likes it more. And the love just kept growing and growing for it. Around the age like 7, I got invited to participate in this it's like a talent show. Basically, it was called America's Most Talented Kid. I took 7th out of 50,000, and the top 10 of that show traveled the world for different like TV shows. So I've been on Good Morning America, The Today Show, The View, Ellen. I had a segment in Oprah, a few just different TV shows. Then after that, that lined me up with a gig at the Neverland Ranch for Joe Jackson's birthday. Around that time, I was having an interview with VH1. This is all online. If you look up Child Star Babylon, VH1, there's a whole segment of talking to me and Joe Jackson. And yeah, I could send you some clips as well if you want.
Yeah, that's wild, man. It ain't easy to get on Oprah. You know what I mean? We know that. Neverland Ranch, that's crazy. So you got into this at a young age, so you're just completely surrounded by it.
100%. It was like everything. It still is to this day. Just now I find a few more other self-expressive passions that I'm also pursuing.
Like what are those ones?
I teach skateboarding for a really awesome skate shop that I grew up going to. Now I'm business partners with the owner, good friend of mine. He actually believed in me so much in my ideas that since I was a kid, I've been drawing a lot, like just drawing through the entire journey, being on planes at a young age, being on just traveling. I'd always be drawing. And there's this little like sun that I would always draw, and it's this little dude on my.
I was going to ask
right
about that
here.
because you got the shirt and it's on the hat too.
So this little sun right here kind of helped me grow within myself, and to me, it was kind of like a reflection of like our happiness, our peace, and our consciousness all in one. So it's just helped me grow. And my business partner George, at first he was my boss, turned into my business partner. He told me like, hey, like, you should pursue something like that. And I've always loved skateboarding. I grew up skateboarding almost as long as I've been in music. So it's always been another passion of mine. So when he presented the idea, and I was just like, wow, like it was never meant to be a brand, but now it is. And now we have skateboards, and they're sold out. So
What's the name of the brand?
Smile Talk.
Okay.
Yeah, Smile Talk.
So what's up with this? This is your book you write a lot of your songs on, or
everyday thoughts, prayers, affirmations, reminders, to-dos. I have a feather right here from Catalina. I just came back from.
Man, that's old school. How old are you? Because I feel like a lot of older dudes used to do this, and it's like, you know what I mean? But this is old school right here.
Timeless, you know?
I mean, if anybody believes in the Bible says if you have a vision, you write it down and you make it
plain.
Amen. But we often put everything digital.
Yeah.
But we don't realize how important it is to put it to the paper and a pen and put your thoughts and pour them into there.
Of course, there's no distractions. There's no, you have this idea, right? And you have the energy behind the idea. That energy gets subsided when you get a notification of a text message of a family member or someone really close. Your mind just goes there. And now that energy isn't behind that idea anymore. That's why I love to physically write down my thoughts, because it has all the love and energy in that moment, to where when I reflect, like the first page is this year, I just journal every single day. These are the dates. I've been journaling every day since I was 17 years old. This is my 17th journal. I just have a giant stack of books, of journals.
Do you feel like in what you do, I mean, because being involved in the industry, being involved in music, a lot of directions you get pulled in so many different ways. Do you feel like journaling really helps your sanity stay at a peaceful space?
It helped me remember who I am. I think growing up, there's, like you said, you hit it right on the spot with, there's so many hands on you saying like, oh, you should rap like this, you should sing like this, you should wear this. And that happened a lot towards my teenage years. I had a bit misguidance with labels. I was signed to Disney, I was signed to Nickelodeon, I was signed to Sony, Atlantic, all these majors. And really all it was.
Yeah, majors, dude.
All they
That's a
really
lot.
was just like, kind of like false programs. They're trying to kind of like, and that's the thing, like, my life changed in 2019. That's when my life changed. That's when I really realized I got to get out of the paradigm that I've put myself in.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
27.
Okay.
Yeah. And basically, within that time, there was just a lot of hands on me saying, do this, do that. And a lot of it didn't align with my spirit. It didn't at all. And I learned that as I look back in hindsight, and there's reasons why things didn't work out. There's reasons why something didn't go through. I believe it's God, you know?
So that's good. So let's get into that a little bit. So you're saying, so is that where you're grounded at with God? That's your foundation's built
Absolutely.
off
I give all glory to God.
of that? And who's God to you? Because
Jesus Christ.
that's what I wanted to ask.
Jesus
Because
Christ.
we were just talking about in the last podcast, a lot of people are even afraid to say his name.
Man, we have to, bro. We
Mhm.
got to give him the praise, got to give him the glory, because he woke us up today. Every single day is a blessing, and that's why I journal every day. I start off with a prayer every single day, no matter what it is, because that's the foundation of your day.
What does your journaling consist of? Is it just, 'cause I noticed you said a few things. You put your thoughts, you put prayer in there. Like, is it any and everything, or you kind of like, there's a certain spectrum of what you put into your journaling?
So let me give you an example. You see drawings or stickers, but really it's merely just like things I want to remember. So I want to give this one day to my future kids. Say, hey, this is my blueprint. You do this in your own way. And
So
it's-
you go back and read your journal, or you just kind of just write and just keep writing?
Well, that's a great question. Now I'm being more consciously aware at the fact that this is actually helping me grow as like a human. And it's something that I'm like trying to do more, is like reflect. But really because I journal every single day. There's all the way since I was 17. And within me being the person that the heart, the mind that actually wrote these thoughts, it's like I'm communicating to myself. And it's just telling me to remember. Yeah.
Why don't you, I mean, if that's something you're okay with, if you want to read one of your most important prayers. That's
Absolutely. Yeah. Here, actually, I was going to say, if you want to just take a look, bro, both of you, feel free. But yeah, it's really just an accumulation of thoughts, ideas, everything I've ever accomplished in this life I've written down first.
Do you have future accomplishments in there too right now?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I have future accomplishments that some have come true. Some are in the early stages, but the seeds are planted once you write it down, you know?
Now, you can tell that you are
Yeah.
a creative. You're in a creative space, and you've been there for a while.
Thank you, brother. I believe we all are.
Not everyone
kinda want
knows
the
how
audience
to.
To see it a little bit.
Not
It's probably
everyone.
hard to see, but
Not everyone knows how to tap into that creative space. Some of us, in the mental aspect, are everywhere.
Mm.
And so I guess I want to ask you, what do you do to tap into that space where you can have that calm and just be able to go? Because with so much going on, it's hard to tap into it sometimes. Just say, let me just find my calm and let me dig into this.
Meditation in many forms. That's really just slowing the mind. This is my biggest reminder right here on my right hand. This is the thing we all got to remember, especially nowadays, you know. But really, slowing down comes in many forms. Like, when you're doing something you love, shouldn't matter about any outside influences except for the inspirations that you find. Anything else like judgment or self, what's the word? When you don't believe in yourself. None of that. Like, just do it. Because when you do it, your present self will thank you and your future self will thank you. Because it's like we're all on God's path. Like, we are walking his path. You know, everybody has their journeys. Everybody has their trials. Everybody has their tribulations. We're all human. We feel emotion, everything. And that's okay. But I think when you do things with no self-judgment and just go for it, like, one of the things, like, when someone asks about my journal, they're like, oh, I wish I could do that. You can. Anybody can do this. Like, I believe I'm just a reflection and a reminder. That's all. And I do that, and I'm able to be of service in multiple ways, thankfully.
You said something a second ago about the self-doubt.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody comes across those moments where they have a lot of self-doubt,
Yes.
it's not as easy to break out of that sometimes.
Well, it goes back to like trauma. It goes
Mhm.
back to past experiences when you were vulnerable with someone and they didn't feel that love. They didn't feel that vulnerability. They took it for weakness or whatever, you know? And that's okay because that shows a lot about that person, not just you. But yet we feel like we have to be attacked for it mentally, you know? And it's like if we remember that like we can't take anything personal. I read this book called The Four Agreements by Miguel Ruiz. Beautiful read. It really just reminded me like we can't take anything personal at all because no matter what it is, because we literally like we are all one of one. We're all living in our own experience. And what I do to someone, if they don't reciprocate that to me, it's not my fault. It's okay. I don't do it for that. I do it because it feels good to do whatever that was. You know what I mean? And it's just like that's the best way to explain it, I feel like, in this moment.
I actually would you want to read a couple?
Yeah,
of
I
your-
would love
your
to.
stuff
I just
in there?
wanted to show you guys first.
Yeah.
I'll go to today's page.
You said today's page is in the back of the book.
So this is actually every day. So this started in January 19th, Sunday.
Okay.
It's everything I did that day. I wrote today. So that day I rose up, washed up, meditated. I teach. I had a group class, went to Panera, journal. I like to write when I journal as well because that also reminds me to journal more.
And looking at the book, it almost looks like it's an organized, chaotic mess, but everything is so structured in there. Like you go back and you see exactly what you were doing.
There's certain things like this, for example. I'll put little tabs that says remember. And one was just something simple, water the plants. That's something to remember. Things like, because there's so many things, and it goes back to slowing down. There's so many things we think we need to think about, but in reality, we just need to be in the present moment because that's literally all we have. So with that, I found that within journaling. Like, this is my trainer, this is my first session with my good friend, and this was like my weight, my muscle, body fat, the WMB thing. And then I have my to-dos. You'd be surprised how many stickers life gives you. All you got to do is just peel them off, put them in your journal. Yeah, my buddy right here, my buddy Jay, he skated across America on his skateboard, and this is one of the stickers that he gave me when he got back. Just things, man, that really just strum a heartstring to me,
That's wild too. The whole going across America. We had a guest in here. They were literally running across America,
That's incredible.
and they stopped here for the podcast, and they went back on running.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
it was pretty
wow.
cool. Yeah. So that's
That's
wild.
rad.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Shout out, what's the person's name?
Man, I can't even remember.
Shout out
It
to
was
the
like
person. He'll know.
over a
He'll
year
know.
ago,
They'll
man.
know. Shout out Jay too and Oreo.
So what
So
are you gonna read for us?
I want
Yes.
something that's like really important to you.
Something's really important to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a second. Let me find. So it'll be probably one of the prayers because that's literally what I start with every day. And it can go from like, as you can see, like maybe a simple prayer. And I say simple in the form of like not too many like lines to like bigger prayers and bigger things specific to that day. So one of them is, let's see, I'll just read a random one. Thank you, Jesus, for another day. I am so grateful to be alive. I pray we all have a blessed, loving, and fruitful day. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen. And then right here, this is a little character that I draw. His name's Nama. And I've been drawing Nama and Smile Talk for the same amount of time, but they mean different things. To me, Nama is like a spirit and a reflection of all of us to just remember things. So he pops up and gives reminders.
And this is him too right here.
Yeah, so I got a flat tire, and I had to change one of my lug nuts. So I drew the tire as Nama's eye. Just things like that to remember.
So
Can you show the
journal
audience
in
on that?
between when things happen, or you at the end of the day you journal?
Well, they happen because it's a balance. That's a great question because you want to be present. Journaling teaches you to be present, but you also want to be in the moment to enjoy it instead of just journaling. So what I do is I make notes. I make little notes, and then I come back. Like all this isn't just in that moment. It's throughout the day. So like, for example, today I wrote about the podcast. So I wrote, where's it at? I wrote podcast right here, to-dos, podcast, right? as you can see, this page doesn't look like this page, but it's because these are all mental notes. Like yesterday, I'm gonna go back again. I was in this music studio. Big love to my boy Daytona Fox, my brother, Nine, Derek Stone. We were in the studio. So these are some thoughts, and these are the songs that I made. Same thing with this day. These are all the songs that I made. One song was inspired by like a freestyle we were making about Panda Express. So I wrote Panda Express freestyle. It's not the name of the tune, but it's something to remember to unlock those memories of that day. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I think I mean I don't really I have notes in my phone. I mean I do that. I mean I have like thousands of notes in my phone. But I don't journal. My dad journals.
Oh, that's
he journals he's a big strong Christian, so he journals a lot about that.
beautiful.
About his day for that and everything, and he always tells me to journal, but he has books of that too.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
I
yeah,
recommend if everyone journaled in this world, I think it'd be a lot better place. It's already a beautiful place. We live in a beautiful home, but it would be a lot more easier to understand self when you journal.
I think for some folks it's painful
Mm.
because when you journal, you're putting your thoughts out there, and there's
Mhm.
like you said earlier about trauma.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of I say us in
Mhm.
general, especially men. There's a lot that we're dealing with. We got to go out there and face things in the world, and I think part of the reason why people don't journal, because some of the stuff be real painful. I have to go back and look at what you're dealing with and what you're battling on a daily basis. I think that prevents a lot of people from doing what's healthy for them.
you know what my dad tells me though. He tells me that he journals how he got himself out of that how he felt and how he got himself out of that.
But he had to take the step to get there.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, in my journaling, adding on to what you're saying, you know, it's not all good days. We're human. It's not all good days. Let me tell you, we go through life, and life is going to provide those trials and tribulations. For me, without touching too deep on certain things, right now, life is like kind of at like a little lower point, but then it was going up. And that's life. It goes low, high, low. I journal through it all. I write down things, but when I write them down, I don't write them in like it won't hurt me when I read them back because I know I was able to talk myself through it. Kind of similar what your dad does, actually. It's kind of like just giving it to God. That's a big one. When I journal, I feel like I'm talking to God. So when I'm journaling, I'm asking God to get me through whatever I'm going through. Like even in my worst days of this journal or any journals, I'm praying to God to get me out of it. And he did. In one way or the other, he did. I made it through it.
I used to do a lot of writing, but it was more so poetry.
Oh, beautiful.
And I have a lot in my phone notes, and I would email them to myself so I had them there. I would
Smart.
print them out and keep them.
Mhm.
But I noticed that a lot of my poetry that I was writing came from my darkest times.
Mm.
It came from pain. It came from things that I was really hurting and going
course.
through. But when I got to a space that when I found happiness within myself and I was more at peace, everything I used to write changed. And I don't have a desire to write anymore. It was like all my pain I was pouring out on
There's
paper.
your outlet right there.
And it was the best times, some of the best writings I've ever done. And now when I try to write, it's like, it's not the same.
Well, everyone's different. Everyone's completely, you know, like I like to think we're all different, but we're the same because we all face trials and tribulations. We're all blessed. We're all alive. There's a lot of things. Like, I believe we are all brothers and sisters here, and we are all living this life experience together. And my intention with that is to raise the collective consciousness in any way I can.
And how would you want to do that through your music, through your writing? Like how are you going through that?
Just from my heart to yours, really. And whatever I put my heart into, I pray to inspire someone else's heart to tap in, because anything you see me do, you can do. And that goes for anybody. Like, same thing. Like, we are all reflections of each other. And when we remember that, it's a beautiful thing.
That might have been one of the best responses I've heard. He said, from my heart to yours. I don't think we realize when we want to try to focus on, I want to give you what I got through music. I want to give you what I got through motivation. But it's like he said, from my heart to yours. That's probably one of the most genuine spaces that you can come from and receive from.
Love. Thank you, brother.
How did you get this kind of thought process? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, 27-year-olds that I know don't think like that.
I know
A lot of
40-year-olds.
yeah,
that don't.
a lot of people like just don't think like that in general. So did your parents raise you like that? I mean, how did you start becoming to this person?
Well, I believe we all have it in us. We all stem from the same seed, and that's love, God. We all have it in us. It's just where it got misconstrued along the way. That's the difference. And then when you're aware of that, you come to peace with it. You forgive forgiveness is a big thing. I'm not a perfect person. No one's perfect. But when you try to be a little bit better than what you were yesterday, and you do that for so long, yeah, there's going to be days you stumble, you're going to backslide a couple times. But when your GPS is set to up, you keep going no matter what. And that's something that anybody can do. To answer your question, though, my life changed in 2019. That's when I really realized that, wow, it's not about me. It's about what I can do while I'm here and the impact I can make and the inspiration I could bring and the collective consciousness that I can help raise. We're all playing a part of this life experience.
And there's something you said that I really like. I've been thinking like this for a while. When you said it's really all about the moments.
Oh, of course.
And I've been thinking that for a long time already. See?
That's a big one as well. Be
Is it-
mindful.
Yeah.
Be present. And that's one thing with Nama. When I paint Nama, I paint him around. And when I put him up, I put him with reminders.
Can we see Nama again as you're talking?
Yeah, of course. So Nama, let's pull up one.
How did you get his name, Nama?
Namaste. It means the divine in me honors the divine in you, as well as it's also an acronym for never assume, must accept. And one of the reminders that I always put is remain calm. I think that's a big one. Another one is faith over fear. Another one is return to the present. And I do these around town for the ones that pay attention. For the ones, because for me growing up, when I was going through my fast life and I felt like I had to match up to this standard or do this award show with this intent, things like that, it showed, like, when I look around and I'd see graffiti, like real graffiti, there's one that I always gravitated to, and it was said love, Love, and it was shapes. It was a rectangle, circle, upside down triangle, and a square. And anytime I seen that out there, it inspired me to get through whatever little anxieties or whatever I was going through. So I try to do that as well within my art and my graffiti, so that way I'm able to, for whoever's driving, or if a kid sees it or a parent sees it and they're not having a good day, hopefully it just reminds them that everything's going to be okay. Like Bob said, you know?
You know, that's kind of crazy because my dad will drive around. He's talking about how all this stuff's going on in his life or something, and he will notice something.
Yeah.
And
There's
be like,
signs everywhere. God gives us signs everywhere, bro. Our ancestors do too. I know my grandmother's with me every day.
wow, that's crazy. Well, let's tell me a little bit more about your music then. Let's get into your music now.
Music is like my first love. That's kind of how I was able to learn the values, the self-expression, all that early on. That was like my career. It still is, but I got my work permit when I was 4 years old. I didn't go to school. I was homeschooled my entire life up until I think 7th grade, left again to homeschool, and I came back 2 years of high school, and then I dropped out. Excuse me. But yeah, music has always been that anchor for me, no matter what. Like as a kid, to me, being behind a microphone was more heart fulfilling than like going and playing on like a jungle gym in that moment. I still love to be active. I love hiking. I love just going on walks. But in that moment, it was where I can fully be myself. I can fully be present. And then later on, it got a little morphed with the misguidance. But yeah.
Man, man, there's so much I want to ask you too, and but it's all kind of bunched up because I'm thinking, okay, the misguidance that you talked about though. So where did that come from? That came from the industry mostly, because you dealt with some of the biggest names in the world. That's everybody's ever heard. So you were like in the major spotlight with some of the biggest people, biggest names, companies. I mean, Disney, Nickelodeon, Oprah. I mean, that's crazy, man. So it's like you had all these eyes on you from a young age. I mean, I feel like that can do so much to you mentally, to steer you in so many different ways wherever you really want to go, because it's like the spotlight's on you. You could take that a whole different route. So I mean, how did that affect you?
Well, it goes both ways. You know, there's a lot of lows and there's also a lot of highs. There's a lot of good things that I've learned. There's a lot of things that I implement now that when I come to that fork in the road, I know not to go this way, I go this way. and that comes with just experience. I was blessed with a beautiful mother and a father, and my dad's great too. Shout out my dad. He's his own public figure. He's actually getting a homie made of him. Have you ever heard of a homie?
The homies,
So he has a homie being made of him right now. Shout out my pops. I love you, Dad. My mother, she's a beautiful soul as well. She really kept me grounded. She let me have that childhood. When I was with my dad, it was more like award show, PR, acting. I was always on different TV shows. I was on Dr. Vegas with Rob Lowe. I co-hosted Jimmy Kimmel for a week with Karl Malone from the Lakers, Pamela Anderson, and Dick Clark. Rest in peace. Another one was like just doing all those things. My mom held me down the entire time. She made sure I was skateboarding. She made sure I was outside. She made sure I had friends. When I was on set, I was having fun. And that's been my life, my whole journey is just keeping that and remembering. I believe like we all need to, there's one thing first, we got to heal our inner child, and then we got to nurture our inner child. But you got to heal it first, and then you nurture it. It's like a plant. You plant the seed. You planted the seed a long time ago. Maybe you put the wrong water in a little bit, hindered the growth. But you get the right water, God's water, faith. You put that on there, and that plant's going to grow, and then you're going to bear fruit. And when you bear fruit, you share it, and you plant more trees.
That's biblical too. That's crazy that you're that young. You've been thinking that way.
All glory to God, brother.
Are you in the Word then? You read?
Absolutely. Yes.
Because that's like I could tell. Just
Psalms 91. That's like one of my favorite ones. I just love Psalms. I recently started to go to church. My grandmother's the one that really like inspired me on my faith. Mm-hmm. I'd always see her in her room, and I'd walk past, and she's always reading her Bible. Sometimes I'd sit there and she'd read something to me. My mom does that still to this day. She'll just be reading her Bible. And I think it's good to stay centered with your word, you know? Like, it's all reminders, you know?
Yeah. No, really, yeah. I mean, my son, he's just turned 16, and I'll go in his room, and he's just reading.
That's beautiful. Happy belated birthday to your son.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's just, wow. So I think that's really cool, because not a lot of people read it. They just kind of, I think a lot of people act like they know who Jesus is, but they're not actually opening their Bible to learn who he is.
I feel like we're always still learning about him, though, too.
Oh,
like,
yeah. You're never going to stop.
Yeah, exactly.
You're never going to stop. But I really believe if you're not opening the word, you're not going to really know who he is.
No, that's true, because then there's a lot of misguidance, false prophets, and even at churches sometimes it can go there,
big
too.
time at churches, yeah.
I'm grateful I found a good church that reads directly from the word, you know, and then they give their perspective and their experience, not just like, oh, I know everything because God gave me all. And like, yeah, God gave it to you, but we're still going to experience these things. But we got to keep it real, the difference between our perspective and Jesus' perspective, God's perspective, you know?
What church is this?
Calvary Chapel.
Yeah, which one, though?
There's a few.
Yeah.
There's a few.
I used to go to the one over.
One of my favorite one is Monrovia, though.
Okay, I used to go to Diamond Bar, Rauri's.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
For like most of my life, actually.
Big love, Pastor Ryan. He's a big inspiration to me.
Yeah.
He plays the guitar, incredible. Him and his family, beautiful people.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to get him on.
Pastor Ryan.
Yeah, I'm trying
incredible.
to. Yeah.
I see him every Wednesday.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the Chosen show? The story about Jesus' life? It's like really big right now.
No, I haven't. I don't really watch TV much.
Oh, okay. Well, one of the disciples came on the show. That was like big for us.
Beautiful.
Because it's like that show's huge.
Yeah.
So it kind of like really went pretty big for us on that.
Bless.
So, yeah. But that's cool. I mean, like, it's cool to see that as someone like, you know, just being able to talk about it without, you know, shame.
Feels good, bro. It feels
You know?
good. That's why I'm grateful to be here and be able to have these conversations with y'all. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
You have a very unique, humble, but also a very old spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And you don't find many well-rounded, rooted young men. It's not out there. A lot of the younger men under 30 seem like most of them are really lost. And I don't know if that's the older generation's fault or if they just don't care to be found.
Your father was in your life, though, huh?
Yes. It is a little different, though. My dad, he, again, he's his own public figure, and he's always has been since I was a kid, except now he's the biggest he's ever been. Around like 2020 is when he kind of like started to a video of him went like viral, and then that led him to a bunch of things, and then more videos went viral, and now his name is Mr. All Access. He's a older gentleman who wears a zoot suit and dances on stage at festivals.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder if I've seen that because I kind of feel like I've seen something.
I'll send you a video,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Maybe you have. But
Yeah.
that's my dad. And my mom, she has a business as well. She is a private mixologist. She went to school for it and everything. She does like non-alcoholic beverages as well as alcoholic beverages. I personally don't drink. I've never drank alcohol in my entire life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's good, though.
Just never had the desire for it. I've seen it hurt a lot of people in my life.
Yeah, it definitely does that.
Yeah, it can and will.
Yeah, I think it holds you back from a lot of things.
Your full potential.
Yeah. Purpose, potential.
That's
everything.
heavy.
I mean, anything that you overindulge in
For sure.
can be considered a form of substance abuse.
Yeah,
Anything.
everything in moderation. That's a big one my mom taught me. You know, like that's a big one. No matter what it is, good or bad.
You have people who've never drank and never done drugs, but they indulge in women or they indulge
In
anything that you
other
overindulge
vices,
in
yes. Yeah, it's
can
so
be
true.
a threat to any form of growth for you as
Mhm.
a person.
I agree.
So when because I'm still kind of curious about the whole Disney thing and all that kind of stuff. So when like when you got out of doing that,
Mhm.
right? Like how was that? Because I mean I feel like people see so much stuff in that.
Mm.
I mean I heard so many stories about Nickelodeon, Disney,
Mhm.
all that stuff. Did you experience any of that stuff that they talk about that's going viral around the
The
web?
negative stuff.
Yeah, all the negative stuff.
I will say, thankfully, God protected me, but everything you've heard is true, in just in its own way. But thankfully, I was protected. My mother was there with me.
See, that's the difference.
My dad was there with me when I was, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
God bless anyone who's dealt with that because I've seen it. I've been there. I know what it's like. I just was grateful that I was able to kind of be protected and then guided out of it. And then now I'm able to step back in that water, but do it in my own way, respectfully, with love, giving God's glory, and be able to create my own path versus just follow along a misguided one.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. You get to create your own path.
We all do, brother.
I feel like with the with like social media and the way the music's done now and everything, you don't have to go and be signed by somebody. You can create your own stuff, and everybody can still see it.
And that's what Smile Talk is about, bro. Like one day I want to sign artists and I want to actually do what these labels are supposed to do. Just support, dude. Like when you work with these majors, yeah, they'll support, but you got to talk about this. You got to wear this. You got to go with this agenda. You got to go on this side. It's like, nah, bro, we are all one. You got to remember that. Bob said it best, like, and that's the thing. I'm grateful, and I'm grateful that I was able to see my like inspirations in person and meet them and them match that same love and same energy. One of my biggest inspirations, my big brother to this day, 50 Cent. He taught me how to make my first paper airplane. We were on set of the In the Club video with Eminem, and he was hanging upside down in that video. I was there right next to it. I was at the crafts table. Crafts is like where they give you like food and snacks on set, craft services. 50 was like, he taught me so much. He introduced me to Eminem. He would pick me up, put me on his shoulders, and just go like introduce me to everyone. I met Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. Then that led me all to be in their music videos. When 50 got me in his music video, Wanksta, that led me to getting to the Nas video, I Know I Can. And those kids that are singing, I Know I Can,
Yeah.
that's my voice with other kids.
Oh, really?
I'm in that music
That's
video as
dope.
well. Same thing with Mace, Welcome Back.
Oh, really?
I'm in that video as well. And all this came from 50. 50 introduced me to everybody. He introduced me to Angie Stone, Snoop Dogg. I'm in the I Want to Thank You video. There's so, and then that led me to going outside of hip hop, like the Cumbia Kings in No Tengo Dinero. I'm in that music video, and that's got like 1 billion views on YouTube or something like that. And all these things kind of just led me to where I am now, and I'm just so grateful for everything. All glory to God, really.
Yeah, it seems like you've been around big people, big companies. Got to put you in big spots. That's that's crazy, man.
We all have in all of our own ways,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And from a young age, though.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And then after all that, that kind of led me to I did a pilot with ABC called I Married Sophia. And Sofia Vigara, I don't know
Yeah,
if you're familiar. She was my mom.
Oh,
She was
really?
my mom for like 6 months on set
Oh, really?
in the show. Yeah.
That's a pretty hot mom, dude.
Who's controlling these sounds?
I'd be like, Mama.
I thought you were doing it, but then I'm like, you're not touching anything.
So it's
no,
a
please.
question.
That's
that
probably your
somebody-
best 6 months ever, though. I just
Scott right here.
Sounds like a musical genius. Did you prefer homeschooling? Absolutely, Eric. I think homeschooling is such a beautiful way, kind of like what we were saying, to make your own path. Your parents can help guide you on that path. That's good too. But when you go to school, you get introduced to a mixing pot of energies. Everyone, like from, and no, I don't judge anybody, but people that are going through things, people that are good, people that are like making good choices, some making not the best choices. Like, and it's up to you to realize that when you're in homeschooling, you're learning from yourself. Like, you're tapping into self more. And I believe peace is found within, not externally at all.
Do
What-
you feel like, because some people say that homeschooling hurt their social skills because they're not out there with the other kids, being able to be social with the kids their age and interacting and playing with them in certain aspects. Do you feel like in some cases that it can hurt the social skills for some kids?
That's a beautiful question. I was the one saying that. I was the one saying, Mom, I want to go to school. Mom, I want to have friends. And because I had friends, but it was all like industry stuff. And I didn't understand that, you know. I was just like, oh, this is my friend, but I see him on the Warner lot all the time, every day at lunch, you know, like things like that. But to answer your question, I thought that for so long, dude. Went to school and completely, like, not regret. I don't regret anything in life, but I can see why my mom, my dad, my managers, all that, they were like, yeah, you should stay homeschooled because you know what, like, and it goes for everybody's different because, like, if your career path requires school, by all means, you got to do what you got to do. But I knew early on that, respectfully, school was just not for me.
Okay. Makes sense.
Well, the thing is, too, like, I always thought, you know, I mean, kids should go to school, right? But the stuff that's going on in schools now
Oh,
is
man.
just crazy, man. All the stuff they're trying to teach these kids.
False programs, man.
And even the curriculum, it's not going to do crap for you outside of school now. It's like, what is going on? I mean, the stuff that they're teaching you, it's so different than when we were going to school. But not just that, it's like, dude, why are they not teaching you how to do your taxes in school? Why are they not teaching you stuff that would actually work in life?
Because they're trying to enslave souls, my brother.
They are, yeah. I completely believe that.
It's not designed for you to know what you need to know. It's
Exactly.
designed for you to know what they want you to know.
There are real schools,
Mhm.
but they're not public schools. Let me
Uh-huh.
tell you that.
Yeah. You got to pay a lot of money for them, or it's just
like
crazy.
food, unfortunately. The food that's good for you, brother, is not at McDonald's for
Yeah.
$1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That is specifically designed to lower our vibrations.
That's crazy, man. We need to get into your music a little bit, though. Yeah, let's get into your music. So are you?
It's a great conversation, I
Yeah,
must say. You guys
yeah.
are awesome.
Yeah, you too, man. It's
Bless.
dope. It really is. So what song do you want to perform here?
Ooh, okay. Affirmations. I just released this song yesterday. Big love to Martin, AZN, my producers, Sterling Sounds for mastering, just everybody a part of the tune. This song means a lot to me because I made this in one of my lows, and now that I'm out of it and I listen to it, it helped me out of it. So I pray that it can help others in their lows or even their highs, you know? It's a tune for everyone. It's a song that you can play for an 80-year-old man or a baby, you know, and they'd still be able to feel the positive vibrations.
Okay. And just let so just say the name of the song and say your name and say you give us permission to play it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because YouTube's crazy when it comes to that.
My name is Maxso. This is my song. It was a freestyle, but we wrote it down after. This is called Affirmations, and you 100% have the clearance.
Appreciate that. You hear that,
Absolutely.
YouTube? So don't cut it off.
Come on, YouTube. It's all love on this side.
Here we go.
So in the beginning of this tune, I actually start with a breathing pattern, and it's called box breathing. And what it is you breathe in for 4, you hold for 4, and you breathe out. And I do that a lot because breathing is so important. It's actually something I want to add. Deep breaths, I'm dialed in right now. Vibing with my family and my friends right now. See, No need pretend right now. I'm on island time. I watch the sun go down. Say deep down, we mean well, we show love. Deep down with no frowns, we showing up. No crown and no kings, we all one. No war, no teams. I am beauty, I am love. I am grateful, I am trust. I am music, I am love. And that's okay. We are beauty, we are love. We are grateful, we are trust. We are music, we are love. And it's okay. When you're feeling down, Lord will be around. Loving what we got, that's good enough. Yeah, the ones we letting close, that's who we love. When you're feeling down, Lord will be around. Loving what we got, that's good enough. Yeah, the ones we letting close, that's who we love. Everywhere we look, everywhere we see the light. Everywhere we go, everywhere we shining bright. Enjoy the lows and enjoy the highs, like Bob said. Everything will be alright. Only up from here, only up we going. Read the Bible, it gon' teach you when we show it. Be a student and a teacher, then we grow it. Return to the present. I am beauty, I am love. I am grateful, I am trust. I am music, I am love. And it's okay. We are beauty, we are love. We are grateful, we are trust. We are music, we are love. And it's okay. Feeling down, the Lord will be around. Loving what we got, that's good enough. Yeah, the ones who letting close, that's who we love. When you're feeling down, the Lord will be around. Loving what we got, that's good enough. Yeah, the ones who letting close, that's who we love.
That was dope, man.
Bless.
Dude, just talking to you
No,
before.
that was it.
Just talking to you before, like you can tell that was just all you in that song. You know what I mean? He put himself in that song.
I didn't know what to expect.
Mhm.
I didn't know. I dabble in music. I have an artist that I manage, so I got the ear of music. Saved my life. You see my
Beautiful.
hands.
Oh wow!
That's-
I noticed the treble clef on that one. I
Yeah,
did.
music literally saved me. And it's like listen to it, man. That's deep. That was nice, man.
Thank you, brother.
Very.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you get kind of chills at the beginning, man. I was like, what the heck?
Man, the tone.
Well, the thing is
everything.
you just knew you put your heart in that song. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I put anytime I create, I try my best to just put from my heart to yours. You know, because it gives a window into my heart, into my mind. I believe that's what creation is supposed to be—a window into you. Yeah.
That song was the epitome of you saying "From my heart to yours" earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, definitely. So if you could tell, because I think this would be good. So if you can tell, if you could strip everything away that you've done, everything, dude, you did a lot. So if you could strip everything away you've done, people you work with, all that kind of stuff, and only your heart could speak to our audience right now, what would it say?
Oh man, can I say a few things? Like maybe
Yeah.
two or
Oh,
three.
man, a
I'll
lot,
do them
yeah.
in phrases. Faith over fear. Believe in yourself. You got this. That'd be my three.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like those. Give him a buzz on that.
Big love. Shout out to the one running the sounds too. That's so yeah. I love
Yeah,
it.
JV Media, shout out JV Media over
Big
here.
love JV Media.
They're always killing it over here for us. So, man, you know, I want to say, why don't you tell us a little bit about that song? So, what inspired you to write that song like that?
Well, my buddy Martin was in town. He's my producer, and big love to my engineer, my good friend Physic, Grammy-winning producer. He's incredible. Like there's a lot of people I've met in this industry that are beautiful people, bro. Like it's incredible. As much as there may be the other side, I didn't even really mention much about my preteen, teenage years. We just talked more about being a kid. We could tap into that as well because that's when a lot of things changed for me. But Physic I met when I was just getting signed to T-Pain, and I was just always in the studio. Big love to Neighborhood Watch Studio. He was a runner and an engineer there. So I'd always see him. He'd always set up my my studio like sessions before I get in. So he'd always show love, get it ready. I'm still friends. There's a lot of people I'm still friends with to this day, even though that I got out of the being signed and being like in like traptivity, you know. But Physic came over the house. I always make my music. I make all my music in my grandmother's old room. All my songs I create is in what my mom calls the Grammy room. She told me because it's where my Grammy used to live, and also she believes I'm gonna get a Grammy in there. And for me, I don't do it for my credentials or my spirit, you know. But that's just where the name came from. Yeah, that song. My buddy Martin was in town. I remember waking up. He was in the studio. I was in my room on the other side of the house, but I can hear that beat, that piano in the beginning, and I was listening to it. And I'm listening to him make the beat, and in my mind, I was just kind of like humming a little bit. So then I wake up. You know, I brush my teeth and I'm still hearing the beat because he's making it like right there and I could hear it on the other side of the house, which is perfect because like I'm just grateful that he was in a creative space to where he wanted to make a beat. Like nothing was planned; it was really all just aligned. Anyway, I heard the beat. I went in there and instantly I just started humming, and I started humming my affirmations of that day that I wrote in my journal. I am beauty. I am love. I am grateful. I am trust. I am music, I am love, and that's okay. When I started to like hum that, I was like, that's the chorus. Like I want this to be. So Physic play, he's like, bro, like let's repeat this part. Let's keep, and what I do is I freestyle on my verses. So like everywhere we look, everywhere we see the light, everywhere we go, everywhere we shining bright. Enjoy the lows and enjoy the highs, like Bob said. Everything will be all right. I listen to Bob every single day.
Who's Bob? What are you talking about, Bob?
Marley.
Oh, okay. Dang.
Yes.
All right.
You're supposed to know that.
But I know what he was talking about. I had no clue what you were talking about for a minute.
You knew?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Maybe I should have said his last name.
Honestly, it's just, I think it's more so because of how you talk. You really talk with this humbleness, and it's a really soft spoken, but it's loud at the same time.
Thank you.
It's like I'm humble, but you will hear me respectfully. It's kind of that type of tone. But when you kept saying Bob, I was like, it has to be Bob Marley. It has to.
It was a long weekend for me, guys.
You also speak kind of philosophically too.
Yeah. We got a lot of people in the chat though. Why don't you read off the chat real quick? Yeah.
Let's see. Eric Blunt, let's go. Eric Blunt.
Big love, Eric.
He sounds like a musical genius. Eric, again, he asked a question earlier. We already answered about the homeschooling. Elect says, what is that? A lightning bolt.
Oh yeah, because I seen it on your on your chain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lightning bolts, to me, it symbolizes consciousness. I believe it's like when you see a light bulb and you see the light turn on. When I see someone being present or we're like creating in the studio, in my mind, I see lightning bolts all over our heads. Like right now, I see lightning in my mind because we are all here, we are all present, and we're all doing what we love.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what it symbolizes to me.
Give him a buzz on that one.
Big love.
Eric again with the flames, with the flame emojis. Naturally nicey, that was amazing.
Ooh, that's
Speaking
a good
about the song.
question. We can get into frequencies. That's a whole conversation.
Elect faith
right
over
there.
fear. Elect again with grandma. Praying hands with the dove. Naturally, do you prefer the 432 frequency, or I can't see what it says, or the 440?
You know, for me, it varies. Like, I had the opportunity to work with a few neuroscientists, and they kind of taught me a lot about frequencies and about being able to. Alan Watts said it best, like, put out the frequency that you want to attract. So when it comes to love, like, I really prefer the 432. 440 is nice as well. It just depends on what you're listening. It's how you're listening to it. For me, I tune mine with 432, sometimes even other frequencies. But that's the thing, like, if frequencies are such an interesting conversation because no one even knows, like, what we're talking about. Some do. For the ones that do know, it's nice to be able to resonate. Yeah. Big love. Nicey. This is awesome. Big love to everyone in the chat and just hanging out with us. Feels like you guys are with us right now.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe. But we just got one more that popped out.
Jasmine, always blessed.
Yes, we are, Jasmine, and we always will be as long as we continue to have faith faith over fear. Amen. Hallelujah.
You like that one?
So we got something else that popped in right now before we do go. It says, what's next for Maxso?
Just right now. Just right now. But to answer your question, like what's coming, so I have a 3-part trilogy albums. First one was Amethyst, I released in 2020. Second one was Labradorite, I released in 2022. And I took a break for my third one. It's Rose Quartz. And this is like my album of love, self-love, because you gotta love yourself first before you could love somebody else. And that's the thing with music that I'm able to do. I'm able to curate little experiences with intention. Like this one's a love album. The next one is actually going to be called From My Heart to Yours as well. That's why it's beautiful we were talking about that and that it resonated with you as well. So that's going to be the next album. And then there's going to be a few things coming. I have a new single that just came out called Affirmations. That's the one we just heard. I have another single coming out this month. This is the last single before the album. It's called The Show Goes On. And what that song is about, really, that one is like, I'll sing a little bit of the chorus. It's like, just go with the flow. I got you back forever and beyond. Listen when you're low and take it slow. Either way, the show goes on. Here to cut the slack. Bring yourself back. We gon' learn to relax. And that's a fact. So it's like a big love. And that's the thing. Like I like to explain my music by just singing it because it's like it's the best way to explain it.
Yeah.
You know, like it's of that. So that's coming out on the 17th of this month, and then my album comes out this month on the 27th, Rose Quartz, and that is a album that's been 5 years in the making. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, you got to be excited after 5 years of work. And
Yeah.
You finally get to, boom, push it out.
And I put out like little EPs in between, but this one right here is the last part. It's the third one of the 3-part trilogy. So after that, it's nice to be able to wrap up that idea.
Yeah.
And then, continue.
And before your last words, I want to get, can you go to they keep coming now.
Let's see. Sean Maxso.
Big love, my brother, Sean.
We are love and it's okay.
Yes, we are love and it's okay.
Is that Rims?
Yep.
Sean
Rams.
again.
Big
Get that, my
Rams.
brother.
Big love. Sean is actually a really good friend of mine. Beautiful soul, incredible, talented artist. Yeah. It's actually him right here, Rams.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Yeah. Where's he at?
Rams Nama.
Yeah.
So, last words. Well, so last words. Anything you want to say to the audience? Anything. So, I mean, you can throw some last thoughts out there of things that you're going to be. I know you said a lot what you're already going to be doing though, but even anything you would want to tell the audience. Anything.
Oh man. Oh wow. I would just say always believe in yourself. Stay rooted in what you believe. Listen to your parents. Really take what they give you, and even if some things don't resonate, just listen to the good things. When it comes to success, don't define it by money. Define it by presence, happiness, love, gratitude. Read your Bible. Drink water. Try to be health conscious with food. I could keep going, bro. Like these are just reminders I tell myself every day.
I think you're the first person, the first guest just said read your Bible. The last thoughts. Yeah, that's crazy. That's good, man. That's good. And then final thoughts. What did you think of the show?
Oh, it's absolutely incredible. Just
Appreciate
everything
that.
overall, like just being welcomed in and meeting the tribe, and everything that it takes. Because it takes a tribe, It's nothing's done with one person. Your guys' system and flow is just so beautiful. You could tell you got a good ecosystem here.
Appreciate that. Yeah, we're working hard, man. Working hard on it.
Absolutely.
And I really appreciate that. That's cool.
Doing our best.
Yeah. So our slogan is shed the sheep.
Oh, I love that.
So that's our slogan for the show. So we're gonna on 3, we're gonna look at the camera right there and say shed the sheep. 1, 2, 3.
Shed the sheep.
One love.
Howls over Baaz. I'm Jacob Casas.
This is Ambishun of Black Cup.
I'm Maxso. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys
Thank
for
you guys
watching.
for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Big love.
Please like and subscribe. Peace.